Hi Gemini, this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 5th to the 11th of January. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Also, my readings are timeless, so if you stumble across one of my readings and it's not in the time frame stated in the title, it means it's for your next 7 days starting from tomorrow. So, let's begin. So, this is a very interesting week it's going to be for you. I, I don't know why, but I'm seeing a scene from a movie. It's the scene from the Harry Potter movie, the third one, where he's trying to use his patron. I think everybody's seen Harry Potter, so I don't need to explain, I guess. But it's where he's trying to use his Patronus and the stag. I'm seeing a white stag coming in to save you, and you feel like your situation in life during this week feels like the walls are caving in on you. It's like these dementors are all around you. Is what you feel like. The walls are around you in life in general. I feel like this is everything. Like, so you feel like your life is like really falling apart. Not just in this week, but it's been fall. It feels like it's been falling apart from maybe September, from August, September. You feel like your life has been really falling apart. Um, like bit by bit, like it's like pieces have been coming out, and it's at this time it's like the walls are caving in, and you feel like the walls are caving in. And I'm seeing this white stag is just coming in to sort of save you from is like destroying these walls that are trying to fall in, these dementors that are trying to suck the life out of you. I'm seeing this, literally seeing the scene where he's at the lake basically, and the lake here is basically you're really trying to tap into your emotions, and not just your emotions but your intuition, and trying to figure out what the hell is going on in your life. And you're at this point where you're really really connected to your intuition. You're very connected to your own emotions. Like there's a deep and profound emotional clarity that you're doing everything that you need to be doing, and you're not doing anything that you're not that is bad for you, that's hurting you, that is making you in conflict within yourself. So you're doing things, and you've been having this knowing of you're doing things in a way where you're being true to your own identity, your own integrity. And so you're at this spot now where it's like it's getting really cold. You might have been feeling very cold as of late, like just ridiculously cold, even if it's not been really cold where you live. You've just been feeling really cold. Um, I'm hearing the last few days in particular. You've been maybe the last week, up until the last week, 6, 7 days. Up until the last week, you've been feeling like just very cold, unexplainably, like you just feel a deep chill all the time, and you've been trying to keep yourself warm. And it's like life is caving in around you, and you're being saved here by the universe, by your spirit guides, by the universe, is what I'd like to say. Like you've been put in this position of being tested. You've been going through a major test throughout this whole year, and you've completed the test, but you've passed the test, but you're in this position where physically things are still not changed. Physically, things have changed a little bit, but they've not been in a way where you've been able to live the way that you want to live. And so things are caving in here around you during this week, and you feel it's more of a feeling. It's not an actual thing that's happening, where problems are arising. The problems are within your life are already there. The problems, you already know what these problems are, and it's like they're caving in. This could be bills. This could be things you have to pay for, things you maybe people that are you're in conflict with. Perhaps I don't feel like it's you're speaking to much people on a very deep level or on a very personal level, like a very intimate level, but it feels more like it's more or less financial issues that you're having, issues with money. I'm hearing Uranus, so something with Uranus is going on. I don't know much about astrology, but something with Uranus is going on. Uh, I had one of you make a dirty joke. Uranus, it's Uranus. Okay. And anyway, back to being serious. Anyway, so you're going through a week where you feel like you've been. It's like claustrophobia. Like you're feeling claustrophobic. Like things are caving in around you, and you're really connected actually to your intuition. You're really connected to your emotions, and you are in the right place. But it's like you're like, why aren't things working out? And so that's what it is things are caving in. You feel like things are caving in, like you have problems at this time. And I'm getting it's very strongly here, it's more or less financially related, or even your living condition, where you're living and how you're living. You've been showing great strength to continue, not just continue, but you've been showing great strength to the universe that that you want this upgrade in your life, that you want your life to change for the better, that you want a different reality than the one that you've been experiencing. And you've been very strong. I'm hearing that you've shown strength to the universe. The universe has recognized your strength in trying to prove yourself to the universe that yes, you are deserving of a much better lifestyle, a much better life, where you don't have to do as much of the things that you don't want to do, and you don't have to do as much of the things that you're forced to do. I'm seeing like a heat lamp, like those heaters that have the halogen heaters, the ones that have the light. It's like this light is being shone on you as you're very cold here during this week, and you're gonna feel very hot very quickly. Like they work very quickly. Those heaters, those ones with the lamps, and they give this light off, which feels like sunlight almost. So it's like the universe is shining this light, even though it's not daytime. You know, it's in the darkness. I'm seeing the universe shining this light on you, and giving you this energy. I'm seeing like banknotes. Like the universe is saving you financially in some way. I had a The universe is saving you financially here during this week as you feel like things are caving in around you. You're staying true to yourself, and you're like, if this is meant to be, it's meant to be. You're not questioning what you're going through. You're just trying to go through it, which is the best way to do it. To go through this energy rather than just sitting on the outskirts and staying in your in the energy you don't want to be in. You're going through it. You're saying it's better for me to go through it rather than being where I am, because where I am, things are just going to continue being the same. So let me just go through it and see where it leads me. But it's like the things are happening around you. Things are happening around you rather than you going through it and saying, I'm gonna go through it. Like you're like what I mean by that is like you could be dissociating completely. Like there is a choice where you could completely dissociate and just go back to the old ways of doing things. But rather than doing that, you're saying, let me continue to be present in this moment as I'm going through what I'm going through, and see where it takes me on the other side, is what I mean by you going through it. It's like going through a storm. But the storm can't hurt you, is what I'm seeing. It's just an illusion. It's just like it's part of this test that you've been going through, which you've already passed. But it's like this is like a I want to say a test. It's a cause and effect. So the universe has put you in this position on purpose, and so this is the effect of the cause, basically. So the universe is coming in to save you because you've passed the test already, but these things are happening around you regardless because of your situation. The universe is going to save you so you don't experience the pain or the hardship of whatever these problems are if they were to come into your life. And this is within the spirit, within the darkness, basically, is what I'm seeing. That these problems, these mentors, if they come to you, it's a physical problem that will manifest. So let's jump into your reading and see what else is going on for you here this week. Very interesting energy of the stag. Look it up on Google, spiritual meaning of a stag, and that's the first one that pops up is your the message you need to embody at this time, within your own lifestyle, within your own energy, within your own mind space of what you're going through. And I'm hearing something along the lines of patience is coming in here for the stag. For some of you, just patience, that things are going to change here. It's hard. It is very hard is what I'm seeing. It feels very nerve-wracking, and it's very anxious energy that you're in, and it's like you don't know. It's like you're losing faith. Is what it feels like. It's like you've lost faith. That's what I'd like to say, actually. It's like you've lost faith, but you're there, but you're still being patient with a tiny glimmer of hope. It's like Pandora's box, where it's like just full of, despair and everything, and there's just that one little glimmer of hope. So your current energy, so I'm doing these readings a bit late, and I am kind of going to shift what I say in regards to the cards. So your current situation rather than your current energy. Your current situation is you're having a breakthrough here. You're having a breakthrough here in terms of your clarity, in terms of your ideas, in terms of your communication. This is very action orientated, with you taking action fearlessly towards what's inspiring you in life. You are communicating, you're expressing to yourself about what you want from life, what you don't want, down to finer details, and you're being very adventurous and confident that your life is in fact an adventure, and believing you're very spiritually, physically protected in the spiritual from harm. So from your spirit guides and gods and goddesses that may watch over you from harm. So you're continuing to see your life as an adventure, and that's what life really is. It is a bit of an adventure where we come as souls, as spirits, to in human form to experience the human experience, and so you bring practical. Not just practical, but you've been very confident in having this kind of adventure, and so you've gained this kind of clarity here. You're having a breakthrough in this sort of within your ideas, within living in a way where you can see life as an adventure, and you're taking inspired action towards your passions. Also, you're feeling very passionate at this time, and so. You're manifesting is basically what's going on here very strongly, and so this is where this breakthrough is happening. It's happening because you've come to a place where you've become very clear within your thinking, you've become very clear within your mind about your ideas and what you want to pursue, and you've made it very clear to the universe, especially, that who you are now. In the Page of Swords, he's the prince, and the prince basically denounces himself at this point in time from the crown, from being the heir to the crown, because he never wanted to be a ruler. He never wanted to be someone in authority. He wanted to be his own person, but he never is able to articulate himself to his family, his father, the king, or anyone in general. So at this point in time, love pushes him to such an extent, because his love at this point has been captured, and she's been poisoned because she's a commoner. And so he basically, in order to free himself from his position in life, free himself from being chained to a way of living that is not really in alignment with him, of being the heir to the crown and having to do his prince duties and royal duties of like what he has to do in order to be known as the king, or even be known as the prince or heir to the crown. Like, he doesn't want those responsibilities, and in order to be free of them, he goes in front of a big crowd and he gives this big speech in front of the whole city that he denounces himself to the crown, and he says, I don't want to be the heir. I denounce myself and I remove myself from being the heir. I never wanted to be. So he basically expresses himself very clearly to the people. In this situation, you're expressing yourself very clearly to the universe. You have been, up until this point, like I was saying in the channel, like, you've become very connected. You're very, you don't realize it, but there's a massive like lake within you, that is your intuition, and that is you connecting to your intuition, you connecting to your emotions. You're very connected to your subconscious mind also as well, in a way where you're all in alignment with one another, is what I'm seeing. It's a very beautiful lake. It's like glimmering with like light, moonlight, even though there's no moon there, but it's glimmering with, when you see moonlight in the water, that's what it is. It's like glimmering spots. It almost looks like stars in the water, and so you're very connected to spirituality in general, whoever you are. And so because of this, you're not sure. This is why I'm telling you, this is a confirmation for you as well, that you're on the right path, that you're not sure whether or not you're doing the right things or not, because things in your life physically don't make sense. They're not, you feel like there's one problem after another, and there's things just happening in your life that you can't make sense of. But actually what's happening is you're going through, I'm hearing that song, Don't Stop Believing. You should listen to that song, Don't Stop Believing. But it's like, I'm seeing you like kind of breaking out of a womb. It's the best way I can describe this energy. That's why it feels so painful. It's like you're being born for the first time, like fully, as you were meant to be from the beginning of this incarnation. Like, you're now fully being that person, because you've gone through healing, you've gone through purging of what isn't you. And so you're living life adventurously at this time. Even though things look shaky, you're still saying, let me treat my life like an adventure and be confident to continue going down this way. And so you're taking inspired action and feeling very passionate in general. Starting the week, the theme for the week is the Seven of Pentacles. So in the Seven of Pentacles, he is wondering when his bush is gonna grow even more. So here he's like looking at his bush and he's like really hoping and wishing it grows more. And I'm feeling very strongly here, this is in regards to your purpose, something that you're working on at this time by yourself, is what I'm strongly getting. It's something that you're working on that you wish it would grow faster, that you wish it could grow faster. And then in this in here in the Seven of Pentacles, there's three sisters. There's also a choice here that you're having this week. It's like I was saying with the channel, that you have this choice of, rather, you can either dissociate or you can either continue going. And so in this situation, in the Seven of Pentacles, there's three sisters, and two of them, two of them say, let's help this man and let's help our village, and we all become rich. And so they help, they plant their own pentacles in order to help the pentacles grow in general. And the other sister, she goes, what the hell are you two doing? I'm taking my money and I'm gonna buy everything that I want, basically. So it's kind of like you could either go forwards or you could either go backwards. And the reason why, her taking her money and going off and buying whatever she wants is going backwards is because it's not sustainable. She goes and buys everything that she wants, but she doesn't have more pentacles moving forward. she's able to just sort of abandon ship. That's what that energy is, like abandon ship. Where the other energy is like, sure, it's not going to be easy, there's much to learn, but there's going to be unlimited growth. So what they do is they plant their pentacles into the ground, and the pentacles infinitely grow, and they keep growing and keep growing and keep growing, and they keep harvesting more and more and more pentacles. And the pentacles in themselves are solid gold. So here in the situation, you also have this choice this week to either dissociate from life, because you're feeling overwhelmed, which is what the sister does, because they go on a journey they lose the pentacles and then they regain the pentacles, and it's kind of like, are you looking for financial security, financial control, or do you want to live life and experience life to the fullest? Is basically what's going on here. So that's the choice you have here, whether you want to continue investing in the way that you've been moving, or abandon ship. And so in the Seven of Pentacles also is a signal of growth. It's a signal that you will need to persevere, but you will need to invest also in and also what you invest in. Whether you're investing in abandoning the ship, or you're investing in, making things grow. And again, this is in regards to your purpose. You could be also thinking, you might be at a point in this time where you've been thinking about abandoning your purpose, thinking that it's not your purpose, because it's not been growing. You can see he's like, why hasn't it grown as much as I would like it to grow? So this is what's going on for you here. This is your theme for the week. Jumping into the week, between Monday and Wednesday, we have the Queen of Wands. So this has been clarified by the Ten of Swords. So this is an ending that you're having here. This feels like a painful ending here, in terms of your creativity, in terms of your courage, in terms of your generosity in general. And this could be in regards to your business as well. Whatever it is your purpose that you're working in, you're having an ending here which feels very painful. It feels very painful. She's looking out to her happiness, embodying this wand. She's introduced to the wand maker, and she instantly has an open mind to using the wand, which is basically connected to spirituality. And the wand maker, he makes wands for good, for healing, for helping, and not for destroying. And so she openly, with an open mind, she accepts the wand maker, and uses the wand and incorporates it. She is very clever in terms of business, and she is very kind. She's very generous, and she's also very spiritually protected. But this ending that you're having here, in terms of your creativity, in terms of your courage, in terms of this generosity of yours, this feels like a bit like you've gone through like a kind of like a death within yourself, of like, the way you envision the way you want to live is kind of changing here. It's kind of changing, where it's like you're now feeling more courageous because of what you've been going through in your physical reality. You feel more courageous. You're gonna feel more creative in general, like doing things that are very different, but obviously connected to your purpose. But like, you might be trying out different tactics or different things here within your purpose here. So this is what this ending is. It's going to feel painful during this time, because again, you feel like things are caving in around you. Things are you feel like, I don't know if you can hear that, but if you feel like you're a nail being hammered in, it's what it feels like. But you want to obviously be a nail, not be part of the wall, the scenery. It's like I'm seeing Pirates of the Caribbean, the second one, where you have Bill Boot Turner, I think that's his name, what's his name, Orlando Bloom's dad, and he's part of the ship. He becomes part of the ship. It's the second, I think it's the third one, where he becomes part of the ship, quite literally. And so he comes off the ship, and he's got no memory of things. Like, he's very limited in his scope of memory, and he's got short-term memory loss, and it's like he's part of the ship. Like, he has to go back. He's no longer an individual. He's no longer got his own integrity. And in this situation, it translates to you being like part of the matrix, part of not the matrix, but being part of what everyone's doing. Like, having to go to a job and having to live a certain way that you don't like I was saying in the channel, living a certain way that you don't like, doing things that you don't like, You don't want to be living like that. Like, you have an idea already of how you want to live, very specifically, like how you want to live, what the kind of things you want to experience day to day. Like, this is what you're manifesting very strongly, and it's coming in here is what I would like to say. But during this time period, you're like in this energy where you're like, you want a better lifestyle. You want to be independent of your problems, which is basically your living situation, your work situation. And so this is this ending that you're having, and this ending is going to be very important for you moving forwards, because it's going to allow you to be more courageous, to do things that feel more aligned. But you're no longer being a scaredy cat. You're no longer being scared of like, oh, what if this and what if that? Like, you're gonna pursue it because you're being called that way, if that makes sense. So it's gonna feel painful. And clarifying both of these is the Four of Wands. So you're having a celebration here because of this. Without realizing what you're going through, you're gonna feel pain, but at the same time, you're gonna feel pain of the ending, but you're gonna feel like feeling like celebrating. So there's a homecoming within you of like I was saying, the healed parts of you now fully immersing themselves with your spirit, so that you are like, you're being reborn here is basically what I like to say. This is what this energy is. Like I was saying, I feel like, you're being coming out of a womb. It's very painful, the feeling. It's like a jittery anxiety that you might be feeling just in general, this jittery anxiety about everything. Like, you don't want to really do things, you don't really want to work, you don't really want to do things in general, and it's just like you've got this jittery anxiety. And so, and you should really listen to this song between this time period, Don't Stop Believing. I don't know what I think that's the title of the song, but anyway, it's like, don't stop believing. that one. This is really important for you at this time between Monday and Wednesday, as you're being birthed out into this new way of being, where you're more courageous, where you're more generous, with not just with yourself but with other people. Like, you're embodying more compassion towards people, and placing firm boundaries. You're no longer being aggressive with people. You're able to put boundaries and say no to people. You're being exactly who you are, not imitating anyone or copying what they're doing, or giving that energy back that they give you, the nasty energy. If people are giving you nasty energy, you're not replicating that energy and sending it back. You're placing firm boundaries, and you're staying in your own energy, which is really good. Between Wednesday and Friday, we have the Six of Cups here. So the Six of Cups here is, past influences, family, perhaps, that have basically had a hold on you. And in this situation, it's not just have a hold on you, but it's just things that you're thinking of at this time, is what I'd like to say. Here in the Six of Cups, she loses her father in the Five of Cups, and she basically is heartbroken because her and her father, they're very, very close, and she has no one else to speak to, basically, and so she feels this loss very deeply, that she's lost her father, and they had a very deep connection, where they would talk every day. They were almost very well, they were friends, they were practically the best friends. And so she's lost her father, and so the community around her steps up. As she's feeling lonely, as she's feeling grief, crying. The community around her steps up, and they show her kindness. And so it makes her feel warm inside, like she was when she was around, when she was young, when she was around her family, when she was around people that maybe influenced her in the past. And so this has been clarified by the Page of Pentacles, which means that you're now in a position where, I would like to say, you've healed quite a lot, and you've come to a point now where you're manifesting things that are, you've set intentions for. Maybe I'm seeing like 3 years ago. What was 3 years ago from now? 2022, around 2022, you set some intentions for some manifestations that are coming in here, from the past, because you're in this energy of feeling like this woman, like, feeling that grief feeling, and then there's this deep grief that you're feeling, between Wednesday and Friday, you're feeling this deep grief, and it's just about what you're going through. Because in the spiritual, a lot of things are happening, but physically, day to day, you're not seeing things. So it's like you're becoming going into this energy, and this is this energy of where you're at the lake, and there's this dementors going around you, circling you basically. This is what this is basically. It's starting to happen where you're at the lake and they're being drawn to you, and so here between Wednesday and Friday, you're manifesting things that you've manifested from the past, from 2022. Things are coming in for you here, and this is in the form of some opportunities that's going to make you feel very enthusiastic and abundant. I'll get one more to clarify what this is. Yeah, it's gonna be some sort of finances here coming in for you, financial security, financial control, finances. It's that white stag energy, like I was saying, coming in here to save you. Interesting. It's like in the movie as well. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly. It's been a long time since I've seen them, but it's something along the lines of. Um, he travels in the past or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Like he travels into the past, and there's some sort of situation that happens there, where he kind of saves himself, doesn't he? If I'm correct, he saves himself. I think so. I'm seeing the scene. I'm not sure if it's right though, if it's wrong. But anyway, I'm seeing the scene like this. He saves himself. Like he goes back in time and he saves himself. But in this way, it's the other way around. It's like you've saved yourself from the past, from the situation that you're encountering, and it's like you've manifested this situation from the past. You set into very strong intentions in 2022 about finances. You were manifesting very strongly. You're very manifesting very very strongly, and so some sort of financial thing is coming in here for you. Yep, you're gonna gain vision here, be able to take leadership and authority within finances. Some sort of financial control is coming in here, financial. And this is from a place of innocence is coming in. It's quite interesting. I'm seeing a white rose. There's this white stag. I don't know. I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. Oh, you can't see it. It's black and white. Sorry. um, but yeah, some sort of manifestations are coming in here for you from the past. As you're in this energy of grief, as you're in this energy of feeling tired, feeling lonely, feeling the cold, it's like you're saving yourself from the past, your manifestations, whatever you set, they're coming in to save you. And in the form of this white stag, and the universe is facilitating it, allowing it to gain a lot of momentum and a lot of power here to come in for you, to actually come in for you, because you've passed again, you've passed the test here that the universe was putting you through for most of last year. To be honest with you, um, I think it was it last week that you passed the test? Yeah, it was last week. Yeah. Um, so yeah, between Friday and Sunday, you're going through this energy of the Seven of Wands here. So the Seven of Wands here is that you feel like you're in positions where you need to protect yourself from people that might be challenging you, competing with you, obstructing you in some kind of way. And this is the Seven of Wands here. He's the one maker, and he's basically gone out he's convinced his kingdom, people in his kingdom, that his wands are actually used for good. And before the wand maker, but there's no such thing as a good wizard. So wizards are known for evil, basically. So he's a good wizard. He uses wands for healing, for helping. And so what happens is he sets out into different kingdoms and tries to convince people there. But what ends up happening is the people turn on him very quickly, because they don't want his ideas to be a part of their kingdoms. They don't want his healing, his help, because it bypasses a lot of middle people that are benefiting in the kingdom. It's a direct sort of source of like healing, and so he gets challenged by people. he gets challenged by people, and the people try to you know, shut him down basically. And so this is kind of what's happening within your life as well in regards to your purpose. You might be noticing there's a lot of naysayers and you know, people that are trying to bring you down in some kind of way. These could be competition that are posting. Say if you're posting online, this could be competition using a, you know, a fake account, or you know, using a double name or whatever, and just posting, you know, on your videos or whatever you're doing, posting on your stuff, or you know, leaving bad reviews on your products, or trying to stress you out in some kind of way, trying to obstruct you from gaining success, trying to, you know, block you, trying to you know, make you feel challenged by stepping into your purpose. They want to sort of harm you and make you feel like, you know, things are not working out for you. And again, you're protecting yourself from these people. But clarifying this is the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles, clarifying this energy, means that you're going to be taking authority and leadership. You're going to find a lot of fulfillment. These people might be commenting and saying stupid stuff, but they're being, like, for example, they're being flagged, or you know, for harmful comments or whatever, or you know, the reviews they're leaving, they're unverified, and it's like, you know, they haven't even brought the product, and you know, it's kind of like, oh, they've brought the product, refunded it, and tried to leave a review as a result, so that, you know, they tarnish your name in some kind of way. But regardless, you're having people, you know, that are actually, you know, loving what you're doing, loving that you're stepping into your purpose. They're reciprocating it, you know, leaving you good reviews, you know, leaving good comments if you're posting, or whatever you're doing, whatever your purpose is. Like, you're getting a lot of good feedback from people in general, and it's allowing you to take authority, leadership. It's actually, these people are increasing your visibility in some kind of way by them even going onto your stuff. It's like the haters are fueling you, quite literally. The haters are fueling you, and clarifying both of these, we have the Two of Cups. So the Two of Swords, sorry, that's interesting. I said the Two of Cups. So this is the Two of Cups is, in this situation, is you coming into balance and coming into harmony and unity within your life. But we also have the Two of Swords, so we're saying peace is restored. Your peace is being restored here, and you're gaining clarity about being indecisive about where your life is going and what you need to do next. And so you're gaining, because financially it's starting to work out for you, is what I would like to say. You're gaining the wisdom, you're gaining the spiritual wisdom here, that things are going to work out for you. So it's not finances actually coming in, but you're gaining the spiritual wisdom here, the spiritual enlightenment, that whatever you're doing is going to be very fruitful for you moving forwards, and it's going to give you a big payout moving forwards. And so you're being very practical and confident to continue moving forward. So you're very confident to have this adventure to be at the beginning of the week, and you're still continuing this. But by the, you know, Friday and Sunday, you're going to continue to be confident, but be very practical as well in regards to moving towards your purpose even more. The haters are just going to fuel you, and that's the best way to look at it. To be honest with you, the haters do fuel you. They give you energy. So if they give you hate, just all you got to do is transmute it into love for yourself, and that's what you do. They're giving you free energy, you know. So literally, that's what you should be doing with the haters' energy, rather than reciprocating it. With, like I said in the channel, like you're not reciprocating. You're placing firm boundaries with people, and you're just transmuting. So people are giving you hate, they're giving you free energy. Quite literally, you're just filtering the energy, removing the bad stuff, and you're keeping the good energy. So, you know, the more they hate you, the more successful you're gonna be, I guess. And so I pulled out another card to clarify all of this, and I got another card of clarity, which is the Page of Swords. So you're gaining a lot of mental clarity here in regards to where you're going, and in regards to your ideas, and you're communicating very effectively with people in your community in regards to whatever you're doing, your purpose. You're community that's connected to your purpose, or community of people in general that are connected to your purpose. And you're expressing it, you're being very self-expressive in regards to what you're doing. You're able to articulate whatever you're doing in a much better way, because of the haters, and the hate that they're giving you is giving you fuel. It's literally giving you fuel to make things, your your product better. And you've gone through this ending at the beginning of the week, so you're able to be more creative. You're able to be more courageous in pursuing, being in this energy of being more generous with how you do whatever you do and how you bring it. And so you're not being very stubborn and fixed that I need to be up here and people need to meet me up here. It's like you're coming down here, you're saying, I'm here gonna meet everyone down at a low point, and they're gonna take me up. Basically, they're gonna fill me up with love or with hate, but they're gonna fill me up and I'm gonna go up, basically. So you're no longer having this fixed outlook, and that's what I mean by generous. So you're catering your product, your service, whatever you're doing, in a more generous way that makes more sense to you and makes you feel good. And so you're gaining a lot of clarity here anyway. The haters are fueling you between Friday and Sunday, and you're gonna see you're finding fulfillment as a result. The King of Pentacles here is fulfillment. It's feeling a wealth of energy, a wealth of spiritual understanding of like that. Your life is upgrading in a very beautiful way. But you just need to continue doing what you're doing and continue stepping into your purpose. Like this ties back into your theme of you choosing the two pathways, and I do strongly feel here that you're going to choose the right one, which is to plant your pentacles into the ground and continue on the journey forwards rather than abandoning ship. Because you're actually you're a lot more close than you realize. Here in the Seven of Pentacles, they are actually able to grow the pentacles quite fast. It's like, it's not just a normal growth that happens there that follows this magical growth with in the Eight of Pentacles, the roots and the stem of this plant, or whatever it is. It's like a bush, it's a plant. It travels very magically. Like the plants grow almost instantly. Like they're able to physically see that the roots are coming out from the ground, and they spread out, and they're able to go up this way, and they're physically moving in front of them like a snake almost, and it's just growing like magically in front of them. So it's a magical thing that's happening here by you stepping into this energy for yourself. So let's see what your challenge is here for the week. If you've never seen me before, the challenge is what's trying to stop you from elevating your life. It's trying to keep you stuck in your current reality, and it doesn't want you to evolve. And it will show up in one way or another, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. It will show up, and when it does show up, the important thing is to not give it any energy, to not feed into it. Pardon me, is to not feed into it, and to ignore it, basically. To not give it energy, and by doing so you kill it off. So your challenge for this week is love for yourself, finding balance, finding harmony within, finding unity within your own self, that yes, you're on the right path physically and spiritually. And when you move through life, you need to make sure that you're moving with one foot in the physical and one foot in the spiritual. That's how you find true fulfillment. If you're only doing things physically and things don't feel spiritually good for you, you're gonna find that there's an imbalance. You're gonna always feel like there's something missing. And likewise, if you're more spiritual and you're not got a foot in the physical, and if you're just doing things all spiritual, you're gonna feel like there's something missing. So there needs to be a balance between the both. Like you need to have a foot in both as you're going through life. They need to be balanced together, and that's how you find a truly fulfilled life. But here it's a challenge for you to get to this point of feeling united within yourself, feeling harmonious, feeling balanced, because you have this desire to celebrate. Like you want abundance, you have this desire to celebrate, and to basically meet new people. You want to meet new people, but you're not having any of these things at this moment. Like you're not meeting new people, you're not having this kind of abundance that you desire, and it's kind of making you fall out of love from yourself here. and it's coming from a place of you not being truthful to yourself, not being empathetic and honest towards yourself. You have a very strong will, but you're kind of allowing your will to become weak at this time, strong mind to become weak at this time, because you're like, there's a lack of balance in my life, there's a lack of harmony within how I feel and how things around me are looking. I just want to be happy, I just want to celebrate, I just want to be at a point where I feel good. But this is the challenge for you here this week, that it's coming in the form of self-sabotage, and this ties back into your theme of like, you have the two choices, whether you abandon ship. And this is what this energy is. It's like you abandoning ship because you kind of fallen out of love with yourself. Like you're feeling like if you keep going forwards, like you're gonna be even more unbalanced, you're gonna be even more unharmonious. And you don't want that, but that's not the truth of the situation. This is just a challenge that's going through, going on in your life. The advice here is to introspect, look within, and be very honest with yourself. Be very empathetic towards yourself as well, and be very truthful that you have been going through a lot. You've come to a point where you understand yourself more than you realize, and you understand yourself more than you give yourself credit for. Like I was saying, like this big beautiful lake that is inside of you, the water is like, I'm seeing it like, in the nighttime when you see the water, it's that kind of water. It's not like a particular color, but I'm seeing like it's like nighttime, and it's like that kind of water, and it's like glimmering like little stars, but I can see a big body of water inside of you. So you're very connected. And all you have to do is go within, tap into divine feminine energy. We all have divine masculine and feminine energy within us, and divine feminine energy is all about you trusting that you have a knowing within about where you're going and what you're doing with your life, that you have this all the answers that you seek are within you. So you need to go inwards actually at this time. Be very truthful and honest and empathetic towards yourself. Yes, you have been going through a lot. Yes, you have been going through a lot of challenges, but you have been leveling up at the same time. You're at a position now where you're more higher than you've ever been within your own reality. What I'd like to say, within yourself, you've been the most that you've ever been. When you look at different points within your life where you felt like you were really good, you're much better than all of those points. Like right now, like you're much better than any point that you've ever been at. And so now is not the time to abandon ship. Now is the time to continue moving forward, to reap the rewards of what you've been working on, to reap the rewards. And this is what the Seven of Pentacles also is that you continue to pursue, to reap to see the growth, but you have to persevere. So this is your challenge for the week. Let's see what your outcome here is. Let's see what you're gonna decide to do, given all of this energy. So by the end of this week here, you're going to feel very apathetic, you're going to feel very bored, dissatisfied with the way things are going. You're going through life as life is appearing, like you're still trying to figure out what the hell is going on within your life. You're like, I don't know what the hell is going on. I need to find a way out. I need to find a way where I can, become more happier within life. The Four of Cups here, this is basically what he does. He's trying to find a way out of his current reality, and he's trying to figure out, like, how can I escape my current physical reality here. So you're going to be in this energy of feeling apathetic, bored, dissatisfied, but you're going to be contemplating like what the hell you need to do, and before you know it, you're having a breakthrough in your life's purpose that's coming through here, a breakthrough that allows you to step more towards your life's purpose, that allows you to step more towards your inner calling. So you're having this big breakthrough here, and you're gonna feel very vulnerable at this time. Like you're very vulnerable, you're very open, you're feeling vulnerable, you're feeling it. That's what this jittery anxiety is. It's like you being in this vulnerability energy. And clarifying this, we have the world or the universe and the Fool here, which is very powerful. This is a very powerful energy of you completing the cycle that you've been in. because you're staying true, you're continuing to commit, you're not abandoning the ship as your theme. So it's like you're completing this cycle and beginning a new cycle, and the full marks the beginning of this new cycle of dominion, of you being more confident, you being able to make the decisions you want to, and you being able to plan for your future as you would like to. You're receiving pentacles here, so it's like this is a new financial beginning where you're going to be nurtured and become very prosperous here. So this is not a general life cycle. This is a cycle within your finances. You're allowing you're allowing yourself to go through the situation, even though it's very, very uncomfortable. And now your finances are changing here. You're completing this financial cycle, and you're stepping into this new cycle. So the full marks the beginning, and the universe is actually a very powerful card as a completion. So this is a completion, and you stepping into the new financial cycle. And there's these yellow roses, and I'm seeing these as pentacles, and we have seven pentacles here, which is very interesting here. You know, ties back into your theme for the week of you know, persevering and seeing a growth as a result. And he's in this, you know, golden aura that surrounds him, you know, and he's looking at the sun. So it's like, you know, you're feeling very, very abundant here. And so this is this new beginning where you're actually able to gain dominion over the world, is what I'd like to say. Dominion over the world, as in make a name for yourself, make yourself known to the world. And that's what I mean by dominion. It's like you're finally showing up on the map. You know, there's that saying, like, you're on the map, like you're finally showing up on the map, and you're going to feel very confident here. You're going to be making decisions, like I said, and discovering a lot more about that. You're in a financial point where not just you're in a new financial cycle, I guess. You're in a new financial cycle, and you're going to be nurtured, and you're going to be very prosperous here. You can see here the ground, there's nothing going on here, you know, nothing's grown yet, but you know, the seeds have been planted and the growth is starting to happen here, and you know, it's being overseen by the Queen of Pentacles here. So this is a very good omen for you. And this is going to allow you to take leadership of your life, allow you to change the structures and the rules that you live by, no longer being in a situation where you're having to live out of a place that's not connected to your heart. And this is in regards to work and doing the things that you don't want to do. New opportunities and ideas are going to come in for you, need fresh inspiration, growth, creativity. So this is a very beautiful energy here, and this is your outcome for the week. You're going to gain enlightenment about all of this during this week. You're going to gain enlightenment by the end of this week, that you're not stagnant, that things are actually moving forwards, and you've just had a bit of a pause, and things are going to continue moving forwards now for you. You no longer have to worry about finances and your living situation. You're casting all of that away. Your energy in general is moving from this, you know, this is what, you know, this is the energy you're currently in within your deepest subconscious. Like, this is the energy you're in deep inside of you. This is your energy, and you're shifting from here, this energy to this energy here by the end of this week, which is very good energy of not being worried, fearful, anxious, worried, to joy, delight, or positive energy, warmth, feeling warmth. Warmth was a big thing here. Warmth is like the light, like I was saying, like I was seeing that kind of halogen heater being shone at you by the universe. This is what it is. It's like this energy that's coming in here that's going to change your life. Here is what I feel like. And you're going to see feathers as confirmation here by the end of this week, on Sunday. As a confirmation, just make a note. So Sunday you're going to see some feathers, or one feather, but you will see a feather regardless. Somewhere it doesn't necessarily need to be a physical feather. It could be online or something like that. But you're going to see a feather on Sunday. You can hold me to it if you want. But you're going to see a feather as a confirmation that you're now at the right. Well, you're going to feel it anyway. To be honest with you, like you're going through the week. Yeah, you're not abandoning ship. You're not going into third person. You're staying in first person, staying present in the moment. So that's a very good reading. I'm going to leave a reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, my website is down in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon.